9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good evening and welcome to Satellites Live once again. Hey, good evening and a very warm welcome to another edition of Satellites Live, the online youth group of St Mary's Reigate. My name is Martin Saunders. I am the youth worker at St Mary's. You all know that by now. I don't know why I keep saying that. As ever with me, the children's worker, that's who he is, Charles Merritt, and so much more than an intern, Miss Katie Madnat. You even perfected a little smile to camera when I say that now.
It's just, wonderful. You know, maybe one day being an intern will be enough.
Maybe one day, but it's
one
not
day.
This day. Okay. So hey, look, it's been a long time. We've been unable to meet physically, and we're sort of, I don't know whether we still call this period lockdown. Do we still call it lockdown, or is it sort of an easing of lockdown? Is it now eased down? What is it?
Yeah. It's like semi-lockdown.
Semi-lockdown.
Yeah.
So things have become, as we've said before, like gently, restrictions have been lifted, like we can do more things, shops are open. Therefore, Charles Merritt, how has your week been?
My week's been okay. I actually, this is my lockdown achievement. I actually went to the shops for the first time ever yesterday. I went
to the shops for the first time ever?
Mm-hmm. Since lockdown, yeah. I've not been to a shop or shopped. So I went to Co-op, went to get some soup because I was in the mood for soup yesterday, and got there, got my cans of soup, left, very proud of myself until I realised the offer was 4 for 3, not 3 for 4.
Oh no!
Didn't even get a receipt, did I? So I couldn't even go and take it back and get one more.
Oh no. That's the worst thing that could have possibly happened.
Yeah.
Terrible. I'm so sorry. But well done for venturing out into the outside. Yeah, yesterday was a bit of a soup day, wasn't it? I feel that is one thing that you can say as we're British about this moment is that the weather has been somewhat changeable. Have you noticed that? I'm a bit disappointed by that. And Katie, how's your week been? What's been your highlight?
Well, my highlight this week has been being able to see some family, which has been really lovely because we're a little bit spread out. But actually, Charles's story did remind me of my first trip to the shops, which was right before Easter ended. And I went to basically get all of the sweets and chocolate that I'd been fasting from over Lent. And I actually bumped into you, Martin, and you found it fit to comment on my basket full of essential food items.
Yeah, to be fair, I didn't put 2 and 2 together, so I thought you were just panic buying all the sweets, which didn't feel fair or right at the time.
I mean, still very on brand for me, so fair enough.
Very good. So, hey, it's great to be with you, even though we can't physically all be together. But by the wonders of technology and Mr. Ollie Brown, we are all meeting once again. And this is wonderful. So we've probably got a few more weeks of this. We might say a bit more about that later on. We've got a few more weeks of this, but we've loved doing this, and we miss you. We can't wait to be able to meet face to face again, and we hope we're going to be able to do that very soon. But for now, we're doing the famous Satellites notices online. So who's first? Katie.
Yes, so as you guys know, we are playing Kahoot this week. We have 2 rounds. We've got a game, and a little bit later on, we've got a sort of poll type thing that is very interesting to see your results from last week. So make sure that you've got the app on hand or another tab opened in your computer. We also obviously have our WhatsApp group, so there's plenty of chat. Keep it nice, keep it kind, guys, during the live stream. But if you'd like to join one of our youth chats, even if you kind of watch this every week and thought, I'd really like to join, but I'm not really sure, and is it weird? There's plenty of people. There's lots of really lovely conversations. So if you are between year 7 and year 13 and you would like to join, one of our group chats, then please get your parents to email Martin, and we would love to have you on there. And finally from me, we are also on Instagram. Again, we don't overload you with content on there, but whenever we do post something, we would love for you to see it. So you can scan this name tag, or you can just search satellites_youth and you can find our Instagram account. Chance.
Yeah, later on we'll be answering your faith question this week, but faith questions normally, and we love answering your faith questions, and we love having just hearing what you're struggling with or curious about is always great. So there's a link in the WhatsApp descriptions, or we might send you around as well one later on in the week. Soul Survivor Podcast is another place to really delve into your faith. They provide such good stuff. So go on their YouTube channel or on their Instagram. They post daily. St. Mary's Church, which is what we're part of. We're doing live streams on a Sunday morning. And in fact, I will be leading this week. I was saying earlier, it's weird. Every time I get this notice, it's always me leading, and that's not purposeful, I promise. But yeah, tune into that. And yeah.
Fantastic. Just a couple of notices from me. First of all, Satellites 56, which is our sort of year and 5 and 6 group, has its own YouTube video that's released every week. On what day of the week do you release it, Charles?
Today. It released at 3 o'clock on a Wednesday.
3 o'clock on a Wednesday. And so Charles produces these videos at great personal cost and expense, puts an awful lot of time into it. And actually they're going through the same passages of Mark that we're going through in our other talks. So if you sort of want a cheat sheet, I'm going to call it an idiot's guide to the book of Mark. You could do worse than to watch Charles's videos each week. They're really excellent, and you film them in front of like a Hollywood style green screen, don't you, as well?
You'd think that. What I've actually done is I've got a cloning machine in my house. There's about 100 of me downstairs. It's madness. That's madness.
Really weird. Finally, the final notice this week is that there are no small groups this week. I hope that isn't too much of a disappointment to you. There are no small groups this week for a couple of reasons, one of which is we have a bit of a leader shortage. And in total coincidental news, West Ham United are playing Chelsea at 8:15 this evening. But that's actually not why we haven't got small groups. But I mention it because it's a great segue into our final notice. Charles.
Yes.
Birthday-based notice.
Oh, yes. Talking of West Ham. Sorry, I was distracted by the WhatsApp comments. Talking of West Ham, we have a young person in our groups who is a massive West Ham supporter, if I'm right. I'm hoping that's right.
That's right.
Really awkward. And they are turning 13 tomorrow. So happy birthday to Sam. We got a request for a shout out. And so here is your shout out. Now, are we going to attempt to sing happy birthday live on Zoom?
I think we should. The only thing is I think we should get Ollie to turn his mic on.
Yes.
Because I think if there's one thing that's even worse than 3 people trying to sing on Zoom at the same time, it's 4 people trying to sing on Zoom at the same time. So should we do that?
I have arrived.
Fantastic, Ollie.
I felt like that is how I wanted to arrive. I don't know how loud I am or how quiet I am, so I could be the lead vocal in this, or I could just not be heard.
How wonderful.
Does everyone have a different, like, are you a bass? I can imagine you as a great big bass.
Oh, I'll be bass. Can somebody tell me if I'm too loud? Because I'm scared.
Okay.
I'll leave.
What could go wrong?
Okay, so we're all going to sing after 3 minutes. Happy birthday.
This is all for you, Sam.
To Sam, who's now cowering behind a cushion somewhere. But happy birthday to you. We're going to have a go just to see what, let's have a go, shall we? Who's going to lead off?
I'll start. Okay.
Great.
3, 2, 1. Happy
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Stay in time, guys. Stay in time.
Happy birthday, dear Sam. Happy birthday to you.
I think we nailed it.
We were so in time. No delay
Oh,
whatsoever.
happy birthday. We're so sorry.
You know that UK blessing video had like 2 million views. I think this is going to go even more viral.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can imagine it will.
Shall we play a Kahoot?
Let's play a Kahoot. Let's move seamlessly onto Kahoot. And talking of birthdays, this Kahoot is fittingly themed old and young. Look at that.
Oh,
You know what?
that is-
Sometimes we think we plan this, and sometimes we don't. And this was an accidental happiness. So let's get into it. Let's go into our Kahoot, and the Kahoot code is going to appear on the screen in like, I don't know. I'm just going to count Ollie down and put the pressure on him in like 10 seconds. Shall we say, Ollie?
Yes, it is here now.
It's here
Right.
now, everyone.
Wait.
The Kahoot code is up.
It's here now. We're okay.
It's here now. It's here now.
969. Okay, Charles is reading it.
No, you
Okay.
go for it, Ollie. You go for it.
I thought that was my job.
go.
9695973. Was that okay, Charles?
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you.
That's perfect. I've just found out that someone turned 12 yesterday.
Oh,
Happy
should we
birthday!
sing
for
happy
yesterday.
birthday again.
No,
Who was that?
I think
I don't think
it's
anyone
good.
needs that.
No, I don't.
We're
think we
okay.
do.
I
Who
think
was
we're
that?
all right. That was Josh.
Oh, Josh,
Oh,
happy birthday, Josh.
Josh.
We've got lots of people playing chicken katsu, cucumber cone.
Love
Chicken
a chicken
poo.
katsu.
Wow, people
Did
have
we
come.
ever find out how we said who, woo, oh,
No.
who?
No one ever said.
That,
Uh-oh.
okay, right.
Okay, wow,
Restarting.
wow.
Restarting.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, we're gonna go
Okay.
ahead and restart. Thank
Do you know what, guys? This is our 15th week, and do you remember the first couple of weeks when we had this?
Oh no, we've been. The Russians are coming again.
The Russians have come back. So let's restart the Kahoot. Please don't try and spam the Kahoot, please. Thank you.
Oh yeah. If you're watching and you think this is funny,
Yeah.
oh,
We trust us. There's going to be there's already technical mishap coming your way. Don't you worry. You don't need to sabotage for us. We are perfectly capable of doing it ourselves. Cool. So we are going to restart the Kahoot.
we're just doing that now.
Yeah.
I mean, if it comes to it, we could sing "Happy Birthday" to Josh.
Oh, we could. We do
We
have
could.
that time now. So, yeah.
Oh,
Right. We should have our new Kahoot code coming up
Okay.
right
Here
now.
we go.
Let's
Bear with
see.
us, friends. We're gonna have another go.
It's fine. We're all under control now. The new code is 8868941.
Cool.
Gonna go ahead and repeat that. 8868941. How exciting.
8868.
Okay, here we go. This is good.
Nice.
We've got people back in.
are ready. That's exciting. Okay.
They're in. We got Twiggy there. We've got I Am Groot. That's a great name. Love that. Pighead. Some of these names are.
Can I just, while we're doing this, can I just go on a little tangent about the katsu curry?
Yes.
Oh.
Because
go for it.
my Mrs. Saunders and I, sometimes seen on Cahoots as the Mrs. We ordered Wagamama's the other night, and we both went for the katsu curry because it's, in my opinion, it's the best thing they do. But it is like, but everybody thinks that, and I think it's only the sort of shame factor that stops everybody from ordering it when you're actually in the restaurant. But now you can't go in the restaurant and you're getting it delivered home. I'm wondering if any other dishes at all are being cooked in that kitchen, or if it's just a continuous stream of chicken katsu curries.
You know what? I don't really like Wagamama's like as a restaurant, but I like their food. I just don't like the sitting arrangements.
It's because you have to sit next to people.
Yeah, I don't like people. So I feel like now that you've mentioned it, maybe I should order it as a delivery. I'd not even thought
Really
about
good.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Sorry.
definitely
Other
recommend
takeaway outlets are available, of course.
Yeah.
they are available.
it's not sponsored by anyone. Just to make it incredibly clear.
Yeah. I don't think that will ever happen. Let's be honest. How are we looking, Ollie?
We are looking great. And I'm going to go ahead and lock the room. So
Okay.
we are now locked and
Cool.
our Kahoot is starting. Let's go.
So this
ahead.
is old and young. So basically you're going to have to put all of these in order of something. Now, I do change every so often. So you are putting these in the oldest to youngest. Oldest to youngest. So oldest first, youngest second. You have to drag them and move them around. Okay, so The images I'm going to go off the picture is a Nintendo Wii, PS3, Xbox 360, Nintendo DS.
Ooh, that's hard.
Which
That's
order do they go in?
So we want the oldest. When you say the oldest first, you mean the first one that came out?
Yeah, the first one that came out. This is why it's very confusing. First one that came out, yes.
I don't actually know if I could rank these. I'd probably tell you which one was last, but the first three.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't know if I could.
Oh, well,
Wow.
here's a spanner in the works. Nobody has managed to order them.
Oh,
Wow.
well,
I think that's
it
a
would.
first.
Has that ever happened?
No, I don't think so, unless no one
many-
played.
How many people have we got playing?
We have 43, I believe.
And nobody got that right.
No, so
Wow.
shall we see who was fortunate enough to be on the leaderboard because of that?
Yeah, what happens? What happens here?
Ooh, well,
By the way, there was
Dexter-
only like 8 days between the release of was it PS3 and Nintendo Wii, by the way.
Wow.
No
What
way.
a nice, easy first question.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Well-
I thought it was much later.
There we are.
That is exciting.
Woo
It
is
shows
back.
how many video games I play.
Woo. Okay,
Woo.
let's move on to the next question. Let's see if we can get some points in this round, guys.
Yes.
Okay,
Believe in you all.
oldest to youngest. Now, this should be a little bit easier. It's got Roman numerals, just for you year 7s who are doing Roman numerals this week.
Wow.
Henry VIII, Edward VI, Elizabeth I, or Mary I.
Wow.
This is oldest to youngest. This is not in which order they reigned. This is oldest to youngest. So who's the oldest and who's the youngest?
Charles, you are taking us to school tonight.
Look, this isn't just entertainment. This is
But-
also an education.
Dare I
Yes.
say, because they're all now not with
Dead.
us, dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Technically, they all like got to the same age, depending on what age they
Yeah,
died.
no, it's not which one of them got to be oldest. Is it?
No,
it
it's
could be.
Aren't you
When they
asking the question?
no, it's when they were born.
first?
When they were born, yeah.
Okay.
Age of when they were born, which
Okay.
doesn't change when they die, by the way. That still stays the same.
Ooh,
Oh, some people got it right.
People got it correct.
Well done, 20%.
Well done.
Well done. Probably Elizabeth and Mary tripped you up, probably. Don't know. There we go. Shall we see who's on our lead?
Finally broke up. I'm sorry to hear that.
I think that means school.
Oh,
don't-
Oh, that's better.
Okay. I feel much better about that.
That was a very, very short-term crisis, wasn't it?
The youth leader relief
I
is
started
just like
saying that and got concerned immediately.
What I love about that is a relationship is like, oh, fine, like, that relationship is going nowhere.
Wow.
But
Well,
finally,
my
we
goodness.
You
broken
could
up.
still be sad. If you liked school, you could be sad that you broke up, but I am glad it's that. And it's summer, I guess, is sort of similar. And they are in second. So, congratulations to you
I like
guys.
the name Frazzles, by the the way. I'm living.
Oh, yeah.
I like.
Love
Okay, next question.
Right, let's do it.
This is oldest to youngest again. So first released to last released.
Ooh.
So which one was released first? M&M's, Mars Bar, Smarties, Twix.
Ooh.
Those are your choice. Katie, they should be around, right?
do you know what it could be?
Which is your favourite, though, Katie?
Do you know it's hard. I would say Smarties, but I don't buy from Nestle because I don't agree with their ethics. So
Ah.
let's say M&M's instead.
Yes. Wait, aren't they Nestle?
No, they're
No.
Mars.
They're Mars.
Oh,
In fact, there's 3 Mars products on there.
Ooh,
Wow,
that
we are so interesting. Right,
You know, I can't get past the fact that Frazzle would have been a brilliant name for the little Moors dog.
yeah, that would have been adorable.
Try just shouting that in the park, Charlie. Charlie? Charles.
I'm tempted not to do it though. Oh, no one got
Well,
it right.
well,
Oh, no.
unfortunately, no one has got that one correct.
Oh, no.
Can I just say this feels like vindication from last week when everyone told me that my quiz was too controversial.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I apologize. I thought this was easier than it was, but sorry. Okay, well let's done nothing to the scoreboard because no one got anything. Okay, next question. This is youngest to oldest. It's switched. It's
Oh,
switched.
that's gonna make it easier.
Youngest to oldest. And these are the past 4 prime ministers of Britain. Gordon Brown, David Cameron, Theresa May, Boris Johnson. Now, in oldest to youngest in terms, youngest to oldest in terms of age, not when they were prime minister. Important to point that out.
So it's just literally who is the youngest and who is the oldest in that list.
Yeah, I'm in the middle bit.
Very good.
Obviously, yeah. I think this one's a little bit easier, maybe. I don't know. Do people know?
I have no idea. So
I think, yeah.
There's
I think you
that.
can make logical guesses.
Although Theresa May did frolic through the wheat fields, so that seems like an old-fashioned thing to do.
I mean,
yeah, you know what? That
got to
was
use
fairly
your
educated.
skills. No, it's true.
So 3 seconds remaining. Will anyone get this one correct? Yes, they did. 17%. The relief on Charles's
Wow.
You know what?
Oh.
This quiz is really sorting the wheat from the chaff.
Good. That was very on topic.
Cool. What's that done to our leaderboard, Ollie?
Oh, Daddy Cool has joined our top 5 and moved into 3rd. You're a cool dad. And It's Summer, not finally broken up, is now in 1st place. Although they are
Correct.
the
It is
same
the
place.
summer.
Cool. Okay, next question. This is youngest to oldest. And I've gone for female pop stars here. So this is another interesting one. You've got Lady Gaga, Adele, Taylor Swift, and Katy Perry.
All legends.
Ooh.
All legends.
Again, that's quite tricky.
Look, you know, we can have easy quizzes if you want, but I like a good competition.
I would love to know what the WhatsApp comments are saying right now. I imagine people are.
Do you know what?
Are making
I
comments.
wonder whether it's like based on when they were popular, because like some of these are like a bit less recent.
But this is youngest in terms of their actual age today, not when they were famous, right?
Not their success. No, this is actual age.
We do
Youngest
have some
one.
correct.
Ooh.
That
It was tricky. Yeah, Taylor Swift is the youngest, and Katy Perry is the oldest. Would you have?
Really?
She is.
Wow.
Yeah.
No,
And
Lady
Adele and
Gaga,
Taylor
but
Swift
what
are
is
like
it?
only a year apart, which is like, I don't know, mad.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Amazing.
They've all aged very gracefully.
They have. Oh, big
Wow, the
upset,
leaderboard has changed
Big
again.
upset. Wow.
Wow.
Becky is now pulled into 1st place, followed by
Becky is
Poppy
on it.
Dog.
Well
so
done.
that is exciting. And not the sea captain has returned or not returned. I don't know.
I don't know.
I think it was just the sea captain.
Cool. Okay. So the last one is youngest to oldest again, and this is male pop stars, only the best. Jedward, Shawn Mendes, Nick Jonas, and Post Malone.
Jedward are people from a million years ago.
I
Now-
don't think I've heard
That is a
the
clue.
name Jedward.
Now
in a
you
long
Post
time.
Malone. Post Malone, what a great man. Or boy. Could be either. Don't want to reveal anything.
What?
I don't know. I felt like that.
all men and not boys.
I think we can, in fact, confirm that they are all legal adults.
Yeah.
Wow. That feels like a clue, Katie.
Does it?
I mean, I've already given quite a big clue
Yeah.
in that if you haven't put Jedward last, you haven't got it right.
Can I say Post Malone has a new haircut now? So
Yeah.
don't base it on his hair. So if you were, just
Always
as
on
if
top
you
of
were.
the Post Malone news, aren't you, Ollie?
Yes, I am on it. I have a feeling. Oh!
Ooh.
Well, my feeling was wrong. 23%
Okay.
got that correct. Well done.
So Shawn Mendes is the youngest. Post Malone is second youngest. He is
Wow.
weirdly the same age as me, which
Wow.
I find bizarre. Nick
He's achieved
Jonas,
so much in that time, hasn't he?
yeah, and Nick Jonas and Jedward are only a year apart, actually, Martin. So
Oh, Jedward oldest.
there you go. 1991, Jedward.
Oh
There you go.
my
That is the quiz. Shall we find
Uh-oh.
out if anyone's actually made it onto the leaderboard?
So excited.
Let's
find
This is going to be dramatic. Let's have a look. In 3rd place, with 2 out of 6, was Poppy Dog. Well done.
Oh, well
Poppy
done.
Dog. Second
Congratulations.
place, Becky number 1.
Ooh.
So
Becky.
our 1st place He's not the sea captain.
Wow,
Not the sea captain.
Is taking
Welcome back.
place. Well
Well
done.
done.
Oh, and Sam, whose birthday it is tomorrow, it was in 4th. So,
Oh,
Oh.
congratulations.
Congratulations.
birthday present.
The
that
gift
was.
you always wanted.
Yes.
Yes.
How exciting.
Guys, that was emotional. Now we're going to do something new and something different. And I think it would be fair to say we're all there's a little anxiety in the different scenarios in which we find ourselves right now about how this is going to work, because we are pushing ourselves to a whole new level of technological competence. So here it is. This is a new series. Katie.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Do you know, I feel a little bit giddy with power right now. Basically, we've introduced a new segment that is very, very exciting. And it involves Ollie and I basically getting to just cause chaos
We love chaos.
without Martin and Charles having a say in any of it. So this is Martin versus Charles.
Ooh.
And this week is called Go Fetch. So we are going to watch an intro video and then hear a little bit more. So this challenge is going to change every week, which Ollie just realised means he's going to have to make a different video for every week. But aside from that, let's welcome our 2 new angles of Martin and Charles.
This is weird.
Yeah. It's great. We'll get used to it. It'll be fine. So if you are part of my Girls Brigade group on a Friday, then you will know and be very familiar with this game. And this week you will get to actually just watch other people do it while sitting comfortably in your own seat. So there is a pretty basic challenge. You have to go fetch 4 items. Everyone who's watching knows what they are because they've appeared on the screen. We've instructed both of you not to watch the intro video, so hopefully you didn't. We also know that you're sitting in different places within your houses at the moment. So we've tried to come up with a variety of items that will involve challenge for both of you in some capacity in terms of how you move around the house.
Martin,
Ollie, how are we doing technology-wise?
I think we're it's all over the place, but it's gonna work at some point. So I think the main one is we're ready with Martin and Charles's running cams. So
We are.
So I'm happy that we start, I think.
Wonderful.
And,
Okay, so are you ready for your first item?
No.
uh-oh.
Yes.
It is a wooden spoon. I'm going to count to 3. Oh no, they've gone.
They're gone.
Go,
That's
go,
not fair.
go.
Just go,
No.
Charles.
Run.
Martin is on the run.
No!
On the run for a wooden
Also,
spoon.
Martin is like sat right next to his
I've
kitchen.
got one.
I
I'm
know,
on the top floor of my house.
Okay, you need to bring it back to your laptop.
Yes.
I'm taking
we
the dirty
need
one.
Back,
Sorry, Dad.
Oh,
back to the screen.
well
Look, it's got
done.
actual food on it still. They've just been cooking with it.
There's no extra points for that, unfortunately.
Ollie,
Oh.
It's
I'm
all-
pretty sure
I don't know what
we've
it
got
is.
Martin 3 times
Yeah,
on the
we
screen.
do. I am aware of this. It is all going very exciting. Who got it back first,
Okay.
though? That is the question. Who got it back
I do
first?
believe that point went only just to Martin. So Martin, it is 1-0 to you as things stand.
Well done, Martin.
Okay, you may put down your first item. You can return these all later. Are you ready for your second item?
No, I'm out of breath already. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, got like just blood running. We're good. Okay, your
That's
second
full.
item is not just any, but your toothbrush. Go.
Yes.
I
Yes.
like that.
This
That's-
is my round.
Yes. That
This is my round.
hygienic, Katie. That was good. Right. Well, it's.
Got it.
It was. Oh, he's back. He is already back. Oh no. Oh dear.
Oh wow.
I'm glad you
No.
grabbed your toothbrush.
Oh wait, this isn't mine.
Oh.
I'm joking. It is.
Oh,
It
God.
is.
I got scared.
Oh,
Oh,
you got the same toothbrush, Martin? No. Okay, that's all right.
Oh my goodness.
I got well excited.
that would be a different level of friendship. Okay, congratulations.
know
We are
why, but
tied.
Wow, it is
I
1-0.
I don't breathe when I'm running around.
I thought I thought the views we would get as you guys were running would be more informative, but it's just like your face, like just straight up, like in your face.
I am like so competitive. This is
It's
like,
very
you know me.
flattering. Yeah. Okay. Right. Third item. We're tied, so it's just
Oh, it's 1-0. Wow.
yeah, it's 1-1. Who's going to jump into the lead next? Okay, your third item is, and I'm going to specify that this is not the kind that you find at your washing up sink. This is the kind that you find in your winter clothes drawer.
Ooh.
You have to find and bring me a pair of gloves. Go.
Oh, I don't know whether I own any.
Yeah. Oh,
They don't need to be yours.
yeah.
Sorry.
Is this a member of your household?
Did you hear the weird little giggle?
No. Oh! Oh, he has cheated the system. That is brilliant. He has found a pair of goalie gloves. Charles, you may stand down.
We'll take it.
Do I have to go back to the room?
Yeah.
Yes.
You have
I didn't read it yet. Give me like 2 minutes.
can I give a shout out to Charles, who is on the 3rd floor of his house?
Yes, with many stairs.
Martin is on the 2nd floor.
Yeah.
Charles is the mixed blessing of having many.
Oh yes, 100%.
Oh, look at Joe. Hey, Joe.
Yes, it's the mixed blessing of having a large house.
Yeah.
Love you, Joe. We praise you all the time.
Wow, what?
In the circumstances I'm living in.
Yes. Yes,
All
and
of it.
Martin now running all over the house. It is, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We'll send her a little gift card or a fruit basket or
So
something.
it's
Okay.
now 2-1, Martin.
Okay. Are we ready now? This could tie you again, in which case we will have a tiebreak round. But it could also, it could just be it, Martin. You're in the lead. It's all within reach. Oh. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Your fourth item, and I think mine and Ollie's personal favourite item that you need to bring is a blade of grass. Go.
Oh
Oh,
God.
that is Martin. Oh,
Have we lost Martin?
the stream is very laggy. I'm being told.
I really didn't know if I could obviously like that.
Oh, congratulations. We have a champion. Well done, Martin.
Can I just say that I've got hay fever and this is really cool. This is now going to be sat here for the rest of the live stream. I'm going to get a runny nose, like
Oh, the
red
stream is
eyes.
very laggy.
Well done to both of you.
Thanks.
What a great start. Bit of cardio.
Where do I even put this?
Got a bin
Oh,
out
yeah.
the window. Whatever you like. All right. Thank you guys so much for participating.
Yeah.
Just catch your breath.
Well, is Charles all right?
Right, we have lots of lag, so let's leave the phone. Let's remove
One incentive. All right. See you guys back on the laptops.
Cool.
Oh, Ollie, what did you think of that?
That was very rushed for them. I feel bad for them because they were doing a lot of running there.
A little bit.
The stream is having troubles.
Okay.
Okay, if you are hearing this, which apparently you're hearing and not seeing, we hopefully should be returning to some sort of normality in lag-wise. This is
Soon.
wow. Maybe
hopefully.
refresh your streams, everyone. Refresh your streams.
Yeah.
This is. We'll wait for the technology to
catch up.
Are we having some little technical difficulties? That's what's going on.
We're having a bit of technical.
That's all right.
It's all a bit laggy. You know,
that's the wonder of
having 6 streams open, 2 in each of household, and doing it live would be an issue. Nobody...
Ollie, I can confirm that your face is on the screen.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. If you've ever wanted to know what I look like, that is what I look like.
There you go.
Has this effectively become a radio show right now? Is that what's going on?
I hope so.
Maybe.
I'm hoping
we're back.
Are we back?
Are we?
Almost.
Still, can people tell us if they can hear us but not see us? Because audio is always good.
You know what's nice about this is it's kind of if anyone was getting too comfortable with the idea of just doing everything online, this is just a nice reminder. It's actually better not to meet over Zoom, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can confirm next week we will not be using 2 other screens. I can confirm that. I think.
Yes, that was our only running around challenge.
Thank goodness.
Tell us. I mean.
We're back. I think we're back.
We're back, but I think it's playing old footage, if that makes sense. Like it's all behind.
Oh, that's nice.
Well,
that's all right.
Well, let's move the past us.
Like a little trip down memory lane for you.
Yes,
like 5 minutes ago. Yeah.
Quite nostalgic, really.
Okay. Right.
Sort of greatest hits.
No, I don't think this will be included in the greatest hits.
This is just a level of freestyling that we have not had to do before.
Are we at the point where we might do the talk, do you think?
Yeah. Let's do that. Let's play the talk so I can catch my breath still.
Fantastic. So, as you know, we have been working through the Gospel of Mark. We have done 8 chapters. We're now speeding up. We're going to do 2 chapters a week from now on. And we have a treat for you this evening. Beamed live from, not live at all, actually pre-recorded from wherever she filmed it. The wonderful, gorgeous Wendy Gregory bringing us Mark 9 and 10. Take it away.
Hello, my lovelies. I do hope you're well and happy. The weather is not the best, but it's getting better next week. So, yippee. Now, this time we are looking at chapters 9 and 10 in Mark. And there's so many things that we could unpick. But the subject that I really, really want to focus on is Jesus's relationship and the respect and love he had for children whilst he was here on earth. The importance of children and the character of children were key to Jesus's mission whilst he was with us. That while he was on a journey, his disciples were arguing about who was the greatest. Now, those of you who have been in the car with your siblings probably know you've probably had this conversation many, many times about who's the best. So when they stop, Jesus obviously heard it all going on, like the parent, and he addresses the question. And he tells them that to become the greatest, they must be like a servant and like a child. Not childish, as they have been, as they've been walking down the road, but like a child in character. They must be humble, pure in thought and deed, and above all trusting, which we'll come back to. During this time of debate, and there's a lot of bubbling of anger with the Black Lives Matter movement and how the government are behaving, and there is an ever-increasing divide between the haves and the have-nots. There have been some amazing articles about the fact that we're not born prejudiced in any way. As children, we accept all kinds of people for the basics of, are they kind to me? Do I feel comfortable in their presence? And are they kind to others? But as you age, environmental factors and prejudice seem to get into our thoughts, and that purity of acceptance and trust erodes. We are all aware that we need to be careful of some people who want to do us harm, and it is good to listen to that bit in our brain, that, you know, that instinct bit that tells us that a certain person is not good for us and it will cause us discomfort. Charles did an amazing talk before the service on Sunday, and I thought it was great, and I really, really urge you to listen to it. It's just before the service, and in it he says many, many wise things, but he says that God has no boundaries. There's no boundary of age, gender, race, and therefore we shouldn't either. If we want to be more like him, we shouldn't either. My lovely late mum used to say her faith was very childlike, and I've mirrored that, sometimes more than I should. Sometimes I am very childish. She couldn't recount few pages of scripture, even though she'd been attending church and she read her Bible daily. But her faith was simple. It was love your God with all your heart and with all your mind, and love your neighbour as yourself, whoever that neighbour was. And that sort of sentiment has been the anchor of my faith, and I urge you to, you know, think about that as well for anchoring your faith. The character of a child is so important to God, and was so important to Jesus while he was on earth. We need to trust. Sometimes we don't understand. We're going through something we just don't understand, and then in the fullness of time, God reveals how he has parented us in a direction we would never have chosen for ourselves. And we've been fulfilled in a way that is overflowing and completely joyous. The road has been painful. Christian life sometimes is really tough. And at times that cross has seemed unbearable. But the summit makes the journey all the better. Another thing that I just want to share with you, that children are always curious. You know, when you're small, you're just asking questions because you're trying to find out, and God loves it when we question, so never worry about that. Our relationship with Jesus often involves a good old chat, a good old what was that all about, and a good old shout and a cry, but just keep communicating with God. God is always there, and he is always listening. Anyway, I've gone on.
Wow. So we are having a few technical issues this evening, and I hope that hasn't spoiled your enjoyment so far. That was brilliant. Thank you so much, Wendy, for doing that. Just another encouragement to all of you. Try to read your way through the Gospel of Mark. Make it a challenge for yourself, a personal challenge for yourself. Just for this time of lockdown, this strange term, let's all read through the story of Jesus as told in Mark. It'll make much more sense of all the talks that you've been listening to over these last few weeks as well. But thank you, Wendy. Again, really sorry if we've had a few technical issues this evening. We're working as hard as we can, but obviously we're relying on lots of different internet feeds and all sorts going on. Also, we had a bit of a problem with the Kahoot earlier. We've had a bit of drama on the chats. It's probably worth just saying we probably all need to just take a breath on those at the moment. And guys, remember just to bear with each other. Please bear with us. We're doing our best. But try not to take it out on each other as well. That would be great. We've got loads more to do. And I think tonight we may just go over the 8 o'clock mark because we haven't got small groups. So we're going to try and do it all and we'll see how we go. But we're actually going to move into, I'm doing this section, aren't I?
Yeah, you are.
Into another round of Kahoot. Hooray! That's exactly what we want to do right now. We're going to move to another Kahoot because we're going to find out what you think about some stuff that's going on at the moment in a little segment that I've appallingly called Survey in a Manger. I know there's no video. I love the pun.
Are you
thought I was waiting for some
response,
sort of
Martin?
MVP or something? No. So look, we have been asking you questions. We started last week. We really love to know how this strange time has been for you, how you're feeling, what you're thinking about a whole bunch of things. And so the way we're going to do that is we're going to have 4 questions. We're going to answer them on Kahoot as opinion polls, and you're all going to get a chance to do that. So I believe, Ollie, do we have the Kahoot on screen? No, not yet. We don't have that. But that's okay, because we're super relaxed.
We're super chilled out.
So I'll tell you what.
All the time in the world.
We have, because we haven't got small groups. So it's fine.
Can I just say that I'm really annoyed that I didn't win that challenge, by the way? Like,
oh yeah.
You realize next week I am going to be like bringing the fire on whatever it is. Like, yeah.
We're ready. We're counting on the competitiveness.
I'm really scared.
Wow. You didn't sound it.
Yeah, I'm terrified.
That sounded okay. Wow.
I'm a quaking in my boots.
Okay. Whilst Ollie's trying to figure out the screen that we're going to cut to, who can remember the results from last week? Because the things about school, I remember being very surprised at the results about people missing school. Oh no, look, we have got our Kahoot code.
We have got a Kahoot code. Look, it's massive and now it's gone in. Yeah. Okay, 533041. There you go. That's the Kahoot code.
Regrettably, producer Ollie's voice is not going to be able to join us for this round of Kahoot, but trust that he's making very colourful commentary in the background that we're all going to have to try not to laugh at.
Yes.
Well, this is happening.
Yeah.
When you say colourful commentary, you mean you don't mean like he's not swearing.
No.
It's not that kind of
just many attempts at humour.
Very good.
There we go. I am back. I can confirm.
He's back in.
I am just colourful in my clothing and nothing else. So there we go. I am sorry the Kahoot is slightly small.
My favourite week.
This is. It's going so right. It's great. Okay. Also. Okay. Right. Shall we get going?
Let's do it.
I will leave the Kahoot open in case we have any latecomers. Okay.
Okay.
Just gonna say.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first question is all about what you've spent your free time doing during lockdown, and specifically, I guess we're thinking about screens. So, have you spent more time watching TV? We'll include Netflix in that. Playing games, so that's mobile gaming or console gaming, or if you will, PC gaming. Have you spent more time on YouTube? Because I know apparently that's what you young people do. Or have you spent more of your time on social media? So we're gonna separate those out: YouTube and social media, things like Instagram and probably not Twitter, if I'm honest. So we want to know. So yeah, can we open that up to the vote?
Oh, we have opened it up already.
Oh, it's already open.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yes, the votes are coming flooding in.
How do you think that's going to go, guys? What have you spent your time doing?
I reckon high results for TV and YouTube. Potentially also gaming as well, though. I'm not, it's a tie. I think it depends on where our young people fall.
You're sat on all the fences there, Katie.
Yeah, well, do you know, as I'm just verbally processing. Charles, what do you think?
I don't know. I think maybe watching TV is probably the one. Although I haven't been watching much live TV. It's definitely been like on-demand sort of stuff.
Does anyone watch live TV? I don't even have an aerial that works.
Wow.
Well,
I don't know what to say.
Can confirm that I do not watch TV.
Well, I can say the results are in, and the majority have been watching TV, including Netflix, etc.
Well, Netflix and Co did score quite highly on our lockdown quiz.
It did. Didn't
no, in Rank Your Thanks even. Yeah. So that would make sense.
And I suppose you've got Disney Plus on there now with all the...
Oh, yeah.
Is Frozen 2 out yet on Disney Plus?
Friday. Frozen 2
Friday,
out on
I believe.
As well as Hamilton, which is very exciting. Very exciting.
Very exciting.
Sorry. Let's get back into whatever this is. Let's go.
All right. So the second round is about emotions. It's about the emotions you've been experiencing most over lockdown. And so we've got 4 different kind of emotions or feelings that you can choose from, and you pick the one that you think you have experienced the most over the last 4 months. So there's kind of happy joy, but there's also kind of confusion and also sadness, fearfulness, anxiety. So so choose between those. Only pick one. It's the one that you think you've probably experienced the most. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I'm more confused about the faces in the picture. Because that
Yeah.
green wobbly person looks a bit ill. Rather
How do you
than,
even do that face?
than any of the options. Yeah, how do you wobble your mouth like that?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to see that. Now we know. You heard it here, saw it here first on the satellites.
Don't have
That's how
nightmares,
it's
kids.
Yeah, that is going to be it. Right, shall we see the results? 15 people said happy and joyful. That's good to hear.
That's good.
It's really good.
50%.
And what were the rest of the figures, Ollie? Because we can't see.
I just realised you can't see. We had fearful and afraid was 4 votes, 7 for confused/lost, and 6 for sad/low.
Okay. So actually, the majority of people have actually mostly felt quite happy, which is, as you say, really encouraging during this time. Okay, we're going to move on to question number 3, and this one is around your kind of Christian faith and how you would describe your Christian faith after 4 months in lockdown. So first option, obviously, might be that you wouldn't call yourself a Christian before and you don't now, but you've also got options there that your faith has got weaker or stronger or stayed the same. So what would you say would be a good description of your faith during lockdown?
May I say, this person is impressive in making a cross with their hands.
How are they doing that?
That is some amazing trickery.
Those were the kind of images that were like the background on the projected like song words at church when I was growing up.
Yes, that is a very song-wordy style image.
Do you think it's possible, or is it just a Photoshop thing?
I think it must be a
I
Photoshop.
think
I think it's probably a Photoshop thing.
I hope everyone
think
is
it
at
would be
home
cool.
doing this.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool. If anyone
Unless they had a freak accident and like part of her fingers got chopped off.
Oh, Charles.
Yeah.
That is dark.
Well, moving straight on from that comment from Charles, 14 people said that their faith has pretty much been unaffected through
good.
that. 3% said, I have never had faith and still don't. And 9 people said, my faith has weakened. I feel further from God. And 8 people say, my faith has strengthened. And I feel closer to God. So
Okay.
majority
What do we
have
think about that,
stayed
guys?
unaffected.
I think that's quite encouraging, I guess. Like for us, I think we're quite happy with that result. I don't know.
Yeah. I think it's important for you guys to know as well that although we see a lot of the majorities, and obviously that's encouraging, if you're also one of the minority, like we do see you and we're aware of that and we do care. So we're not just happy to go along with the majority because it is the most of you, you know. It's not at all a biblical principle to kind of just leave a few behind. So we're here for you no matter where you are on that scale.
And following that equally, it's really nice like that you still tune in and still want to be part of this. So yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah. As ever, Casey, glad you're here. Final question. What do you want to say about the future of Satellites Live? So not Satellites, the youth group, but being honest. And maybe tonight your feelings might be clouded slightly. But let's take an average week.
Great night.
Take an average week. What was that week that it went really well? Like 10th of June or something?
The first one.
The first one, yeah.
We had
The one with the puppets. Remember the one with the puppets? Anyway.
Oh no.
Don't bring that up.
Are people already voting? I don't know, Ollie.
Yes, we
But,
have 11
I believe
people
they
in so
are.
far, but carry on. Some people
Right,
are
so
still listening to your words of wisdom.
my preamble.
Yeah.
The question is, would you like more of it? No more of it? Would you like us to just draw a line under it in a couple of weeks' time? Would you like us to come back regularly or once a month or a couple of times a year? It's up to you.
Oh, this is... People are taking
this
their
is quite-
time there, you know.
quite
yeah.
And
scary.
I say it's up to you. This is not going to be legally binding, just so we're clear.
Okay,
But,
good.
Yes. Yeah,
I'd like to know what you think.
Yes. This is... I feel like we should drum roll or something. I don't know.
Don't know.
Imagine if they all say, "This is fine. Thanks very much. Never do it again."
Yeah, thank you, we are.
Effectively, we get fired live on the air. That's effectively what's going to happen.
Well,
It would be
yeah,
good to know. It would be good to know.
Yes. Okay, well, just waiting for a couple more votes, and then we will find out the fate. No, we will find out how you guys are feeling with our stuff.
Oh, I am really nervous, actually.
Yeah, why is this taking so long?
Right, I'm going to go ahead. Maybe those people dropped off, so I'm going to go ahead and skip it. And, oh, okay, interesting. We had 4 people say it's been very fun, which it has, and we would, but let's stop for now. 8 said we should do an online youth group forever. 6 said it would be good to carry on doing it, but less often, e.g. once a month. And 12 people said bring it back as occasional one-off specials. Which
So is that the majority?
That is our majority,
Yeah.
40%.
So that is actually incredibly helpful feedback, because it helps you understand how you're feeling about this and whether you could stand any more of it after what's unfolded this evening. But that's brilliant. Thank you so much for sharing. We're probably going to do one more of those next time, just to find out where you're at and what you're up to. But we have, I think, time to delve into faith questions. Is that right?
Yeah, we've got about 4 minutes. So let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
I don't think I'm a Christian because I've never actually witnessed God doing anything. How can I have faith? Okay, bye-bye. Go back to Martin, Katie and Charles.
Okay, so just one question this week, because it's a really big one, and actually it's one that I know has come up loads of times when we've met before, and that's that question of how can I have faith when I haven't seen God doing anything? And sort of the jump from there being, well, if I haven't seen God doing anything and I can't have faith based on that, maybe I'm not a Christian at all. Lots we could say about that. And so I think all of us are going to say something. But I just want to say that I think for most of us as Christians, our faith isn't really based, the majority of us, on what we've seen God doing. That's sometimes a part of it. Some of us get to witness God doing incredible things, but quite a lot of Christians actually never witness a miraculous healing or something happening before their eyes. They have to rely on a whole bunch of other things, a whole bunch of other reasons to have and sustain their faith. And I think the thing about the Christian faith is there's not one good reason to believe in God. There's actually a whole bunch of reasons, good reasons to believe in God. And if you take one of them on their own, it can be quite hard to base an entire life of faith on that one thing. But actually, once you start to go through a whole list of good reasons to believe in and follow Jesus, I think the picture starts to become more and more compelling. It starts to add up to more and more. So I'm just going to run through just like a few of the things that I think point us towards there being a God and therefore a good reason for us to have faith. So the first reason is like looking outside. We've all done it during lockdown, at the creative world, seeing what God has made. The Bible itself says actually that people are without excuse for not believing in God when they actually have got the world around them to prove that there was a creator. So that's one bit of it, just the complexity, the amazingness of creation. But also, we do see miracles happen. So lots of us have been to an event called Soul Survivor. Last year, we saw some incredible things happen. We saw a woman on the last night get up out of a wheelchair and walk. We saw God do an incredible, miraculous healing. And seeing those things or hearing about those things can build our faith. But also, we have the Bible. And the Bible is this incredible historical document, which is incredibly complicated, but all the piece of it adds up. And also, there's loads of great people, smart people through history who've gone before us, who've done loads of hard thinking about Jesus, about faith, about all this stuff, and have come to the conclusion that actually God is real and Jesus is worth following. And I'm talking about like intellectual giants like J.R.R. Tolkien, who wrote The Lord of the Rings, or C.S. Lewis, who wrote The Chronicles of Narnia. They aren't like intellectual dimwits like me and Charles. They're intellectual giants. And those people but gave their lives to Jesus. People like Sir Isaac Newton and Jurgen Klopp and all these people through history. It's amazing. And there are loads of other reasons as well. I won't go into detail, but the life of Jesus and who he was, and the lives that we've seen changed by God, and the good that the church has done, and the fact that prayer gets answered, all of these things add up together to give you really good reasons to have faith. And so sometimes it can be disappointing that we haven't seen a miraculous thing happen before our eyes. We have to realize there are loads of other great reasons to have faith in Jesus. Katie.
Yeah, I mean, I think you kind of said it all as well, Martin. But I think sometimes, I know for some of us where we've kind of seen a lot of other people have faith, and maybe we've tasted a little bit of their experience, and we're going, oh, I need to see something a little bit more convincing, or a little bit more just like, so that, you know, if in doubt, I can just fall back on this one thing. Actually, I think, you know, like Martin said, there's a little bit more to that, because God invites us into a personal relationship with him, not just a second-hand relationship where we see him in other people's lives. And sometimes the way that God works in our lives is much more gentle than kind of some big, like, explosive moment. And, you know, I know that in my life, sometimes I've asked for big things from God and I haven't seen them. But actually, I have been more drawn to him by the small, consistent things. And sometimes when we're looking for the big things, we miss the small, consistent things. So again, we don't want anything that we say to sound like an excuse. But it is, I hope you take it as encouragement and genuinely as our experience that, you know, sometimes we're looking maybe too much for a secondhand experience through watching someone else, rather than actually letting God in to just start slowly working in our own lives. Charles, have you got anything you'd like to say?
Yeah, only like a couple of things, which is, I suppose, like, if you look at what Jesus says in the Bible and his life, you know, the disciples follow him, but there's loads of people who witnessed Jesus, who actually saw Jesus in the real world, who actually like heard his teaching, saw him do miracles and stuff, and yet still didn't follow him. And, you know, like, we have it a lot harder because we can't see him. He is not here like turning water into wine, as great as that would be. Like, he's not here doing that now. But and so actually we have a harder job to have faith. But I think faith in its essence is believing without seeing. It is choosing to trust in God, choosing to believe in something bigger than ourselves. And I think that's really important. And Jesus even says it in Mark, which is one of the Gospels that we're reading. And he says, why do you ask for miracles? No such proof will be given to people like you. And I think sometimes we think that we need to see miracles in order to believe God, or we need to experience miracles, and like that will prove him to us. And actually, like, our faith needs to be a little bit deeper than that. It needs to be deeper than the miracles. God is the God of miracles, sure, but he's also the God of real life and everyday normal circumstances. So yeah, that's where I'd end it. Cool. Martin, you're on mute. I'm going to finish this off. We are slightly over time.
Sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. Why don't we just hi guys, weird idea. Let's just end this live stream really quickly. Let's just finish this off. So if you have more faith questions, please send us your faith questions via the link in the WhatsApp group descriptions. Small groups are cancelled this week. That's why we've gone over. West Ham are playing in about 12 minutes. So you've got 12 minutes to get yourself ready. But I'm going to finish off with a prayer. And yes, let's just finish this off with God. Dear Lord, thank you so much for this evening. Thank you for the fun that we've had despite technical difficulties. Lord, we're not perfect, but you can help people take stuff from this mad mess that we produce each week. And so I just pray that there will be something in today's live stream that will have spoken to someone, that will have challenged them, which will have stirred something up in their heart. And I just pray for those who feel like they can't believe because they haven't seen. Lord, I pray that you will open their eyes spiritually, maybe not physically, but open their eyes spiritually to you. And I just pray that they'll feel a real sense of your presence in the room with them tonight after this live stream. And yeah, blesses our week in your name. Amen.
Amen. Guys, thank you so much for joining us for another Satellites Live. We're going to do 2 more after this, next week and the week after. Then we're going to have our summer break. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.